How you guys doing? I just want to do some bed rant, and I want to talk about a subject I haven't really mentioned, but I was supposed to, but I just didn't get around to it until it clicked in my Aspie brain to mention it. The Ratterator, to his credit, rock on Ratterator, is almost done with getting a studio ready for me to record in, and he's got a friend. I'm not supposed to say who he is, but it's got tons of money. And together they're building me a studio to record in, and the cost of such is around $60,000 is gone into the studio for me to record in soon. So I want to tout the horn of the Ratterator for that. Thank you, Ratterator, and your friend. I'm just leaving him out of it because he's not, he doesn't want to be part of Shirtless Guy right now. At least I'm assuming that, and until I know otherwise, I'm not going to mention who he is. But yeah, 60 grand for a studio for me to record in soon. So take that, haters. Hate me all you want, but I'm about to record in a professional studio to the tune of $60,000 ready for me to record in, with a new Ratterator that the Ratterator's almost finished with. He might even be done with it, but he's close if he's not. A new version better than the one I have, which is totally his own making. Oh, none like it in the world. The best distortion pedal in the world. I mean, you can't beat that. And that's a friend of mine, the Ratterator. And I haven't played the new Ratterator yet, but supposedly it's really going to blow my mind. It's got a lot of cool things about it that mine doesn't have. And the studio's almost ready. I was supposed to go live with him a couple times, but I'd rather be live in person for some reason. For some reason, if it's just me in one room and him in another, it doesn't feel like, I don't know. I don't know. I'd rather just be hanging out in the studio and going live, which we'll do as soon as I'm ready. As soon as he's ready to have me over, we're going to go live in the studio. And then we'll rock on from there, I've got more songs. I've written more songs than I can remember, really. I've got words to them written out that fill the whole briefcase, and there's still more than that. And not only that, I even sometimes use some of the words to swat crickets that I see in my room. And I don't even care if I lost the lyrics to one of my songs. I'd rather kill the cricket. Kill the cricket. That'd be a good name for an album. Kill the cricket. But anyway, and I don't even care if I threw away if I used some of the lyrics to one of my songs. I've written so many of them, and I got lyrics everywhere, written by hand and paper, not just all digitally, where someone can hack it or delete it. But yeah, we can just start out with new material. I'm a different player than I was even last time the Matter and I recorded. I've progressed way beyond. I progressed. I mean, you may like me less or more, but either way, I've progressed as a musician and as an artist since the Matter and I recorded. In fact, the time I've been away from the Ratterator has not only given him time to build the studio and the new Ratterator, but given me time to up my chops as an artist. That I just wasn't there when we did Black White Blues. Sure, Black White Blues is cool, but I can run circles around that dude now. So that's cool, I think. And then one of my neighbors, the security lady, I'm not saying who she is either. She's private, but she's kind of training me to be the side security person or next security person or something. She's the one that gave me the idea to do Button Up Mondays, which I did for a long time. I don't do them anymore, but I did them, and that was her idea. She told me, why don't you do some jazz tonight? And I said, I'll do it for you, and I did. I did some Giant Steps by John Coltrane progression and just jazzed out. I never said I only want to play rock and roll, or I only want to be able to play rock and roll. I love music. Don't forget the 3 years I was at Harvey Mudd, I was an Alan Holdsworth geek. That was what I was really into at Harvey Mudd, is Alan Holdsworth. Jeff Berlin, bass player, Alan Holdsworth. There was Bill Connors, had an album called Step It that was similar to Alan. There was Ronnie Johnson had a band called First Light, and it was called How the Land Lies. That was similar to Alan. And then Alan had UK, he had Tempest, he had Bill Bruford, he had his own solo stuff with IOU, the Black IOU album. I was such a nerd. I was nerd musically too, not just a nerd in school. And that's still in me somewhere. It's just that when I dropped out of school, I went backward and went into Randy Rhoads and heavy metal and rock and roll again. But that doesn't limit me into saying that that's all I can ever do and I can't do any jazz. Eric Johnson plays country. Now, I personally don't like country, and Eric might personally not like jazz, but maybe he does like jazz, but I kind of have a thing for jazz sometimes. So I didn't mean to confuse people or make people think, what the heck's he doing? But I do like all types of music that I like. It's not just one thing or else I don't like it. I think that's very negative and limiting to think that way, and I really don't. Sure, there's music I don't like as much. I really don't like rap, but I use rap. I use a rap format in a lot of my songs. I start out with a rap thing. I can't even say I don't like rap anymore. It's kind of cool. Got a good beat, got a good thump, got a good bass, and got a good words to it. What's wrong with that? You know, just because it doesn't have a guitar doesn't mean it can make it bad or evil. In fact, I use a rap format for a lot of my stuff and then just add guitar to it. That's a lot of what my own stuff is. So I'm really a hypocrite if I say I don't like rap music, because I kind of write rap music. I understand it. I understand the rap idea. And jazz is just more complicated music than rock. Doesn't make that bad. It doesn't make rock bad, but it doesn't make jazz bad either. Anyway, I love you guys. Peace, love, and rock and roll.